May 25th, a 46-year-old black American by the name of George Floyd was stopped on the streets of Minneapolis. The video clip of former police officer Darren Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck, igniting a tsunami of racial unrest that is affecting every aspect of our lives, including professional sports. 2 weeks after Floyd's death, Roger Goodell took to the airwaves.
We, the National Football League, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest. We, the National Football League, believe Black Lives Matter.
There will be changes this NFL season. There will be signage in the end zone with messages like "End of Racism." Helmet decals will have the initials of victims of police brutality. The league owners will say they will donate $250 million to players' social injustice causes. And there will be TV broadcast participation as it relates to social injustice. Joining me now, former NFLer and current parenting pastor for the Rock Church, Darren Carrington. Darren, it has been a long time since you and I chatted. Thank you for getting up early for us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's get right to it. Goodell and ownership have reversed field in a big way. In your view, is it enough what they're planning to do?
You know, I think it's a great start. Is it necessarily enough? It may not be enough, but it's a great start, especially because of what happened, right? Everybody knows what happened with Kaepernick. So for them to understand where this passion is coming from and to begin to listen. That's the biggest thing is sometimes you just want your point. But I think it's time for us to come together, right, and begin to listen and have race consultations instead of just having conversations and trying to get your point across.
Well, Goodell says, he uttered the words "Black Lives Matter," and he spoke of peaceful protests, but not all the protests have been peaceful. So, Darren, how do you distinguish between the civil rights arm of Black Lives Matters, where a lot of people are in that corner, to the political one and the violent protests that a lot of people have problems with?
Well, I mean, that's the difficult part, Paul, is it's unfortunate that what began as something that was trying to get the attention and focus on the lives of Black people matter, and now things have intertwined in there. So, I mean, I don't know if there is a way to determine. I think the focus should be in anything that we do. Yes, we want to be nonviolent, but we want to focus on the lives of people versus just trying to cause a ruckus, because causing a ruckus, it doesn't necessarily get anything accomplished. It does show the passion, but showing the passion in a wrong way.
I noticed a lot of players now have removed the BLM moniker from their social media and now put "We Matter." Is that acknowledgement that not that the players don't necessarily align with the political side of BLM?
Yes. I mean, that is a definite fact. I mean, I've had different conversations as far as exactly what that means, and whenever I would even post it in the past, I would always say, let's focus on the lives of Black people mattering versus everything that this has become. It's unfortunate that that's happened, but it is what it is. And now we have to figure out a way is not to allow the message to get muddled, but for people to start seeing is that, hey, let's start coming together. Let's start looking for similarities, right? Similarities in what we have in common versus what we have that's a difference.
Goodell was recently on CNBC talking about acknowledging that some of these changes that they're going to make this season will affect the audience as far as the viewership's going to go down. He said something to the effect, hey, we're going to lose some of our traditional viewers, but we'll hopefully gain back viewers from new viewers. Do you agree with him?
I mean, no. I mean, are people going to potentially turn off? Absolutely, right? Because people have these mindsets that have been set, and they feel like if people don't agree with me, then I'm going to go a different way. Man, I would love and I wish that more and more people, again, as I said, will come together, right, and begin to learn, man, what do we have in common, right? One of the great ways to do that is through sports.
New Tampa Bay head coach Bruce Arians was recently said when asked about these protests, he goes, hey, protesting doesn't do crap. I'm quoting him now. He was encouraging his players to get involved financially with causes near and dear to their heart and to invest their personal time in causes that are near and dear to our heart. Your reaction to Arian's comments?
You know, I mean, right, with that, it's a little strong, but I understand exactly what he's saying is just marching in and of itself is not going to do anything. We do have to get personal time and finances, right, to pour into this, right? If we go back to civil rights, they protested, but they had an end in mind. 381 days, they said, we will not ride these buses until we are treated equal. We're paying the same treatment, yet we can't sit where we want to sit. So to protest, I think it has to be a goal in mind. And yes, there's going to be some financial, right, financial investment. And I think through that, I think we will get a lot further.
You know, when at the height of Colin Kaepernick's protest, the audience went down by 10%. Owners kind of backpedaled about, hey, maybe we should be standing at attention for the national anthem. If there's a similar cratering of ratings, and let's say they go down even more, and the salary cap is affected, do you think players are going to stand strong, even if it becomes a financial hit to them?
Well, you know, I can't speak for every player, but what I can say is I feel like a lot of players will stand. It's unfortunate, right, because just where different players are financially, right, just in their world, you know, in their lives. So I feel like most would stand, but there's definitely going to be some that just because of this their natural social economic position that they have to have some type of earning. So that's going to be a tricky part.
Darren, if you can give me a real quick answer here. We've watched Drew Brees go from saying, hey, I want to stand for the national anthem, to him wearing Jacob Blake's name on his helmet. What about the players who still want to stand for the national anthem? Are they going to be viewed differently now? Is it going to, in 2020, is it going to be wrong to stand for the national anthem?
It would not be wrong to stand for the national anthem. You know, one of the things that I know our mindset is, our pastor, he wrote a book, The Third Option, Hope for a Racially Divided Nation. And really the focus should be on, man, we have to try to guide people on the issues that's dividing us in culture. If there's a passion that people have for standing for the national anthem, there's a passion that people have for kneeling for the national anthem, which is respectful. So I feel like, man, if we could come together, begin to talk and to understand and learn, okay, what is that passion that you're willing to give up your career? Why do you have so much passion? Begin to listen and then understand why this is, and then respect all those who are different.
DC, we have to call it a conversation. We're up against the top of the hour. Thank you very much for making time for us. I hope this is the first of many chats as we go through the football season.
Thank you.
Darren Carrington, everybody. We'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego.